Jocelyn. I am the Chief Knowledge Officer here at Final Offer. I'm a practicing real estate agent in the DC metropolitan region for almost 18 years. So I got involved with Final Offer very early on when it launched in my market because my market is so compact. Our founder is a real estate agent out of Massachusetts. He had a lot of relationships in the DC area, including me being one of them. And so he sat down with a bunch of top agents, said, hey, what do you think of this product? We're launching it here. And so I got involved very early on, had a cold listing sitting on the market for too long for my comfort level, ended up using the product, moving this cold listing for higher than where it's at stale. So what I've been told so far is your market's a bit cold. Is that right? We'll very briefly go over warmer listings and mostly focus on cold listings. So a lot of what my role is running around the country, talking to agents about our product, but also the product in general. I was a Compass agent. I believe from what I heard in the last group, Compass doesn't have much of a presence here. Is that right? But you obviously have heard what they're doing, how they purchased pretty much every single large company in my market. There's only one company left in Washington, D.C. that will not be owned by Compass. So they have complete market share where I live. And a lot of what we've built are little things that you guys can use every single day that I had asked for originally to leave Compass and go to a different brokerage, which is now owned by Compass. So, but the products that we built, a lot of them are for like the full search to saving a search, leveraging private exclusives to managing and negotiating offers. Okay. So we'll jump through. Has anyone used the product? I forgot we're already live here. Anybody yet? Have you heard about it? You've barely put it on my offer. It didn't help, but I tried starting. Got it. Okay, cool. Well, you guys do have the ability to use the product today. Interestingly, also, we 1 month ago merged with an AI company. So we are now overlaying AI with everything. And I don't totally get AI, but what I do know is that they had me put together like a day in a life representing a buyer and a day in the life representing a seller of everything that I do and where they're going to insert AI throughout that entire process to make my life easier. So I have a lot to do with that. And so we're going to be having a lot of changes coming, new product updates. So I do encourage you to pay attention when we release those because this is the future of business ultimately. And so one of those I'll show you today. And I want to start with really just saving a search. You guys are mostly using the MLS. Is anyone using any other product outside of the MLS to save a search for their clients? Yeah. No, it's just we've started with you guys. Our goal as a company is to be the way business is done across the board. That's why the AI part, with AI being so important, we merged these two companies to really build that out even more. But save a search, we're starting there. So everyone uses the MLS. Is there an app with your MLS? Okay, do you use that app? It sucks, right? Yeah, it sucks. And do your clients send you Redfin or Zillow listings every time? Right. So that's obviously a really big problem because they're being sold or being at least targeted in some way by companies that are trying to get rid of us. And so, what we've built is the ability for you all today to set up a saved search for your clients. And we call these channels, okay? So if you guys go over to view listings over to Utah right now, you can build out a saved search for your clients that include all the MLS active listings that meet that criteria, okay? And when you save that search, which we have an app, you'll get push notifications. You can communicate and collaborate. I'll show you what that looks like in a moment. It's a lot more high tech. You can see what they like, dislike, their activity and behavior. And it will also leverage private exclusive listings, which again is not very big in your market. Is that correct? In my market, it's been big for about 8 years now, where you will essentially Compass came to our market, built out this concept of pre-marketing listings internally to the brokerage, while also in a saved search automatically. So instead of coming to an office meeting and say, does anyone have something coming up in Orem over here? It would flow into the saved search. The reason I share this is as Compass built this out for their agents by calling them individually when they have a listing agreement signed saying, get it into the private exclusive functionality, it became the norm very quickly. And agents like me and other brokerages would lose business, buyers and sellers, if they didn't have access to listings or the ability to market a listing in this pre-market status. Does that make sense? So you guys have this really big window of opportunity before this does become the norm, because it will. Reason being, I'm sure you saw that Redfin and Compass just did a partnership. They're allowing on Redfin Compass's pre-market listings to be on there. Okay, we're essentially creating more MLSs. This is what this is doing. This will likely get rid of the MLSs. This is the future of where business is going. And when I say private exclusive listing, I mean pre-market, before coming soon, before active on the MLS. This is beforehand, whether that's 2 days because you're rushing to get something on, 6 months because you're pitching this at a listing appointment and getting more business by marketing a home in advance at a crazy high price to see what happens. But the idea is you guys as a consortium of agents really should look at this as an opportunity to build this into your market and build market share and create this as the way business is done here, because it's all over the country now in the major cities. Any questions about this like pre-market status and what that means? It is a manual entry right now. So you are with 5 easy steps, and there's a video on this, manually inputting those listings. You should have a listing agreement signed. Okay. When you build out a saved search here, you type in where in Utah, all of the things that matter. And then we call it a channel. So once you have a saved channel, which is a saved search within, there is a communication portal to it. So as you can see here, all the active listings, and here's an exclusive listing to my brokerage, automatically flow in. So as a new one hits from some other agent that meets that criteria, it just flows right in.
So on your screen, that was from their MLS as well.
Yeah, so it's all the entire, I don't know if it's the entire state, but we have whatever MLSs you all do business in, along with another brokerage we have in Utah, all of their MLSs, it's all on here. So do you all use multiple MLSs to save searches? Right, so even the value of that alone is more than having to set up 2 searches. Does this make sense? Okay, and over here, it's an app. They can download it, you can see their messaging, you can communicate directly. All of that right here. Okay, and a couple really cool things that we're upgrading. We did, and I learned you guys do not know who Douglas Elliman is. Okay, they're the #1 luxury brokerage in the country. They're in the major cities. There's 6,500 agents. They are the fanciest of fancy. They have all the TV shows. I don't know if anyone watches the trashy TV shows about real estate agents. Well, that's their agent. So, yeah, exactly. One of them really does, though, and he helped build this. So we built this. And so some of the features that we're going to be adding in shortly are a matching score. So when you build something out, it will provide matching percentages to you and to your clients so that maybe something outside of the area would be an okay match to share with them. Okay. In addition, the thing I'm most excited about is we have this compare tool. So when you turn this on, if you click some listings you're interested in, whether you're doing this for a CMA that you're sharing with a client, or you just have buyers asking questions, when you click this compare tool, our AI will pull all the kitchens, so you can see them across the board. All the dining rooms, so you can see them across the board. I agree. These are the things that matter, right? I mean, to me, I'm like, I need this, right? And then you can download a report with your face on it. So give us until April, that's when that's coming. But this compare tool is super cool. I'm sick of going to a listing, scrolling through 36 photos, going to another one, and trying to understand even how to price a home. Go ahead.
Why did you say say Douglas Elm, not. Cause it's not here.
It's white labeled for them. This is a different scenario that we have. You're going to be accessing this feature and functionality on Final Offer, which you all have access to today. When you save a search for your client, they no longer can see the listing agents on the other properties because they're your agent. They can't contact the listing agent. They can only contact you. Okay? Questions about private exclusive listings and saving a search that's a bit more elevated, prettier, and all that good stuff.
This area
Yeah.
last week, we saw. So for their using their tools.
Yep.
Listings.
Mm.
And so there'll be some processes. We actually have a conference call with brokers and
Yeah.
because we are out of our listing under current rules.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's just an example, right, of how Zillow's now combating this. And this is the change that we see coming. Now, the private exclusive listings on our site are only shared with the agents at your brokerage. Okay, so it fits clear cooperation. If you set up a safe search for your client, those will fall in if it meets the criteria. You can't take a private exclusive listing and text it to someone else. It has to be within this one-to-one environment, which we call a channel. Questions on that?
So where are all of these exclusive listings coming from?
You guys. And that's where this is like a collaborative effort. And again, we're going to be adding some AI around this where when you get a listing agreement signed, it will ping you and say, do you want this into private exclusive? If you say yes, it will then do it for you. It'll be seen, think of it pre-market. It'll be seen by all the Keller Williams agents here. When and if you go to the open market. Now, where I live, okay, in a one-to-one environment. Whatever you want. I mean, where I live, we get them on immediately. And if it comes on in 3 days, it's 3 days. If it's 6 months, whatever, however long. I mean, I get listing agreements signed in advance because I say to people, you're not ready to sell? Well, I can market it to these 450 agents and their clients. We can get feedback. We can test. We can put it at this super high price. And if someone gives it to you and you change your mind, you can move. And that's how I get listing agreements sent. That too, yeah. Yep, there's no days on market.
But that's only if everybody at your office is using it.
Yeah, and so this is and again, like this is how, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, like this, other brokerages are doing this in the big cities. It's going to continue to spread. Obviously, you guys signed an agreement with Zillow. I mean, my point though is when I was at Compass, I was the and I'm not here to whatever, I was the #2 agent in DC that year because I leveraged this and I crushed it. Okay, because I went to it was newer then. This was a decade ago. I would say to sellers, I can do this. I would say to buyers, I have access to listings you can't find. I utilized it so much that I blew up my business. You guys have this opportunity to drive it in.
It's included. It's our brokerage. It's part of, yeah. Here.
Yeah, and let me tell you, where there's other save a search functionalities that are terrible, and agents pay like $75 a month for these products. So and we haven't even gotten to that side of the product yet, but dipping your toes in, because what I'm going to share with you today might feel like a lot, but we encompass every pretty much thing you do. I know, encompass. I said encompass. Encompass. Go ahead.
Final Offer, all the listings in just Spanish work alone, that there's now it's a clear. Distance spent for it, regional,
There should be more though.
that's
Oh, okay. Area. Yeah.
Did you log in with your email?
Would it be possible as we went through this, to teach us how to like log in and register first, so we can be like.
Yeah, let's do that. Everybody just log in, use your MLS email address because that's what links so that all your listings flow in. Finaloffer.com. Okay. We do have an app, so I encourage you to download that too.
My at the top says become final offer certified. Do I need to do that?
Skip that. Yeah.
Christian uses this, I feel like you said that everything from the MLS indicates to.
Yes.
So it wouldn't just be a thing.
Right. It's others. Yes.
Once they're active, we can also put our free
Yes.
active on there.
And
Yeah.
that would just be.
What
Yes.
does the app look like?
Final offer. It's like a green key. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's smart. Usually I do it at the end, but you're right. It should be at the beginning. As long as you can pay attention, because this is going to be a lot. Go ahead.
I pulled up all the, down 2,947 listings that come up.
Is this all the MLS?
Yes.
It's all of the MLS. It's
So even if people aren't using it, that's why that's why we have it for the save a search functionality. Okay.
The free list is just kind of like the frosting on the cake. It already has the MLS stuff. The pre-listing stuff that we do is just like extra.
Yeah. And honestly, I would run like hell with it because there's such an opportunity, whether you're in a cold, hot market, when you're talking to sellers, it's about testing, pricing, feedback, no days on market, no price reduction history. It's a marketing strategy. It'll help you get more listings on the buy side. I have access to listings you can't find anywhere else. Work with me. Yesterday, I did a deep dive into ours, okay, which again is now a larger consumption of brokerages. And the market shifted where I am, and most of them are under contract. So whether right or wrong, I think kind of wrong, people are back to selling a lot of homes off market. And you want to know about these homes so that your clients don't feel like they missed out. And again, right or wrong, 1 year I accounted 40% of my business to selling pre-market. Again, I'm not saying right or wrong, but I had that ability to do that. Okay. It's all about seller options. It's up to them anyway, right? And hey, we won't have to paint. We won't have to do this. Would you like to go through all of this to come to market? Or would you rather take this really aggressively high offer because we were marketing it pre-market super high? Okay. Does that make sense with that aspect of save a search and pre-market? We can call it private exclusive pre-market. It's whatever you want to call it. I like to call it pre-market. There's a video I'll show you at the end that shows you how to upload it. It's 5 easy steps to input a listing. You are not expected to have professional photos. The house is a dump and you're getting it ready. Those are the expectations. Now we're going to be adding an AI assistant, okay, where you would be able to text or call or use the app and say, set up a safe search for George Clooney, 2 beds, 2 baths, Orem, Utah, blah, 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 and it will do it for you as well. It will also do the private exclusive listing and input it for you as well too. Okay, that's why we merged with an AI company. You're going to have an AI assistant that's going to do a lot for you. Questions before we move on to like the rest of the product? Let's keep rolling. Okay, so when I talk about like what is final offer, just think of this as a consumer or agent or everybody facing offer and negotiation platform with real-time offer alerts. Okay, so that means that anybody, your clients, a neighbor, me, agents can follow a listing and get more information than they've ever had before. What do you get today on the MLS, Zillow, and Redfin? You get there's an active listing, there's a price change, it's gone, and then it's sold. Imagine getting information like an offer was made. Possibly what those offers are for. We'll walk through that. But in the most simplistic way of our system, every time an offer is made, you get an alert, text or email or both. Make sense? So we're filling the gap and providing this information to agents and consumers. Okay, so frustrations in the industry, the why behind this, right? In particular, during COVID, a lot of agents questioned, was my offer even presented? You don't know today if your offer is even presented. In a colder market, I love that. Well, we're expecting another offer's coming in. My clients will say, give me a break, right? I was inside a property last week. My clients are excited. We're ready to go. It goes under contract while we're standing in there. Can't reach the agent. If I had known there was an offer, we would have come sooner. We wouldn't have come at all. It was a huge waste of time. You guys are between a escalation state and best and final, I was told. I'm escalation, doesn't matter. The whole point is that people are blind offering. Very often when they win, they feel like they overpaid. And when they lose, they say, well, I would have paid more if I had just known. Why did I lose? And why did I only get one shot at it? Doesn't really make sense, right? When you're talking to these smart people and they say, well, what's the other offer for? And you say, oh, I'm not allowed to know. How often are they like, huh? How do we know how to make a good offer if we don't know what the other offer's for? Oh, I'm sorry, this is just the way it goes. Just whatever doesn't keep you up at night is where we should go. Right? Doesn't make sense. Okay? We're providing more clarity and the agent is driving the process. You cannot list a home without being an agent. You can't make an offer without being linked to an agent. So unrepresented people go right back to the listing agent versus being sold to whoever. Make sense? All buyers care about is they didn't miss out on their dream home and they didn't overpay. That's it. On the other side, as a listing agent, differentiation. I mean, I can guarantee you all, if you we have a private exclusive listing presentation insert under our resources. If you start talking about that, you will win more business, both buyers and sellers. The rest of our product, you will win more business. It's all about doing something more and different. We all input listings in the MLS. They go out to third-party sites. What other marketing can you really do? Everybody knows. But hey, what about marketing around the fact that you're driving offer alerts to create urgency on listings? Go ahead. We'll get there for sure. In the most simplistic, yep. Yes. In the most simplistic way, an offer being made is all that's out there. And I'll show you what that looks like, not the price and terms or any information except buyer 1, 2, 3, 4. Absolutely. And we'll walk through a bunch of examples. So again, we have listing presentation inserts under our resource section. This is the second page of one that I like to use because I break it down very simply. I just say that every agent who walks in here, they're going to drive out these alerts to market your home. We'll do that, but I have a lot more options for us to get you the best outcome in the shortest amount of time and create urgency even when there is no urgency. Okay, that's it. That's all I say. Okay, and then we'll go through what these look like in a minute, but these are options. Sellers want options. Right now, all you have is the MLS list price as an option. These are more options that you have at your disposal right now. Okay, we're done with photos. And it's under our resources. We have a listing presentation insert that focuses on private exclusives, and we have one that focuses on this side of stuff. We have a buyer one for you that focuses on private exclusive listings if you do buyer consults with a package. You can print them today. Everything's under resources. We have scripts, videos, you name it. Okay. Good. Followers, how are you building this audience of followers? We have sign writers. I believe they're here at the office, I hope. Okay, does anyone use QR codes on their sign writers now or just your name?
Yeah, we like yeah. They want that border.
So when you think about it, my Jocelyn Voss sign writer is great for branding, but I need to have something generating business for me while I'm standing here in Utah, right? And so I have my final offer sign writer, and that's a message, right? That doesn't exist today out here in Utah of scan to get real-time offer alerts. I don't know a neighbor in particular that would not scan. And I would say 95% of the scans that I get are unrepresented consumer leads. Okay? They scan, they're following the listing, I get their information. Make sense? What do you all use to capture people's information at an open house?
Piece of paper.
Yes, exactly. Do you see all these listings, by the way? These are all private exclusive for me, and some of them might never come to the open market, but I got a listing agreement signed because I'm trying. Okay, so anyone else use anything besides a pen and paper?
There's a back door on our KW websites that has a nice question.
Okay. So on every single one of your listings now, you have a open house tool. This is shareable. So if someone else does your open houses, they can use it. You can pull this up and watch them check in or just have the QR code. The concept of this that I think is most valuable, instead of following people around saying, where do you live? What are you looking for? Can you sign in? Do you have an agent? As I say, by scanning this QR code, you'll get more insight and information on this listing, like when an offer's made. I believe you should have all the information at your fingertips when you're buying the biggest asset of your life. Whether you like this home or not, it's important to follow along and understand market conditions. Happy to set up a safe search for you that includes other listings like this and off-market listings.
Nailed it.
I know. I have a team. I know. But that's where I nailed that into my team. And I built a team from this tool alone because they get the leads, I get the followers, right? And you got to think about that. Over a long period of time when listings are sitting longer, it is very hard to communicate with people, right? I mean, you forget. You have an open house, people sign in, and then you get an offer. Are you finding that from 4 months ago and alerting all those people? Probably not, right? This is a communication tool for you. This is better looking than a pen and paper. And what a broker told me 17 years ago was how you market yourself is the reflection of how you're going to represent them. Technology has to be a part of how you do business. Okay? Make sense?
Can you say that one more time? Say I just walked into your open house.
Oh my goodness.
I need to sign.
Okay. Well, now you're putting the pressure on me. But I say, I mean, and again, we have scripts. So if you scan this QR code, you'll get more insight and information than you've ever had before, like when an offer is made on this property. I believe you should have all the information at your fingertips when buying the biggest asset of your life. Whether you like this home or not, it's important to understand market conditions and follow along. I'm happy to set up a safe search for you that includes other listings like this and off-market listings. Thanks. I know. But it's true, right? I mean, and the thing is, people want to give me their information because I'm giving them something of value, not take, and I'm not giving you anything. They just think I'm going to bother them, right? And so I've built a lot of confidence in younger agents too, because they want to use this tool to feel like they have something of value. Okay? Makes sense to everyone? In addition, you have a downloadable QR code. Mind you, you don't need to remember where all this stuff is, okay? One thing too, really quick on your sign writers, keep them up until it closes. I get leads all the time when it's under contract too, okay? You have a downloadable QR code. If you have a condo building, a lot of agents started taking this, putting a little note, follow for real-time offer alerts. Let me know if you have any questions and put it, in people's doors or their mailboxes. Yes, because the concept of our QR codes is when you get leads, you'll know where it came from. Okay, so a lot of people use this QR code, the downloaded one, we have a marketing center where you can build out postcards. People want to understand their rate of investment, their ROI on it.
Well,
Return on investment. Yeah, you want to know, did the lead come from the open house, the sign writer, or from that postcard you sent out? QR codes. And they're all linked to here, except the sign writer, it says you have to put the little number in below and it'll link for you.
I'm stressed, but it said, don't read the offer number, all it says, but why do we not?
Well, you'll go to training and certification. I'll show you at the end, and it breaks out exactly how I'm talking about the product in little micro videos. So you can like be like, oh, I have a new listing. I want to get into private exclusive. How do I do that? And you can watch a short video on it.
This is not, okay, that's great. This is not the training.
The goal is to just kind of understand the what and the why and start to think about how to fit this into your business and get moving when you leave here. Okay? We also have daily trainings available that again break the product out into how I'm talking about it. You have the ability here to share the listing on social channels, emails. You can click this heart button and also save it for people. So let's say you've had a listing on the market for 6 months. You guys use Align, so you have all the agents who previously saw information. You can load them in as contacts, label them as, showed 123 Main Street. Pull up that tag here, showed 123 Main Street. Write a little note. Hey, everybody, we're going to be doing some pricing changes, and you can see when offers are made, follow along. When they click on that email, they're now following that listing. Okay. Let's go back. Where was I here? Okay, let's walk through a listing. Okay, I'm going to just walk through a multiple offer listing with you guys, and then we'll hit the cold market. I won this listing from just talking about final offer. I don't lose listings because I have quite a good process down. Mostly I'm doing, I'm implementing this into my business, which has grown my business. A lot of agents will come and attend these trainings and not do anything with it and just go back to the easy way of doing business. And so if that works for you, that's fine. If you want to do something different to grow your business, I encourage you to do it. At this point, though, I had, my sign writers, my open house. We had the QR codes all over the house because this is a very big home for where I live. And I knew we were going to get multiple offers. Okay, so what do you normally do when you know you are getting multiple offers? You set an offer deadline. And you guys, I assume, go into Align, which messages all the agents who previously saw it, and you're relying on them to let the client know, which, let's be real, they're likely not, unless their client's really interested. You then go into the public remarks section on the MLS, which does not generate an alert. Offers due Tuesday at 5. You're hoping people come back to check on that listing, right? That's not very valuable to make sure nothing is left behind for that seller. And by the way, I forgot to mention earlier, all sellers care about is that they didn't leave money on the table, right? And there's no way for them to know today if they did or didn't. And when they feel like they see something sold higher later in their community that they lived in, or that they took a low offer and feel pushed into it, the easiest person to blame is the person standing between them and information, and that's the agent. This tool alone has been very powerful in a cold market for me when I have one offer, even if low, because it alerts everybody. Everyone following that listing now knows there's an offer deadline, and I'm not letting anything slip behind, right? So when I've had one offer that's terrible and it goes out, this deadline, that offer alert, the sellers now know everyone had a chance, everyone knew there was an offer, and they chose not to. What would you like to do? Okay? You first, he had his hand up first, sorry.
Number of listings sold, final offer, what percent keeps the price that it's currently at with a big more it in versus like
Yeah.
offer was $750, do you want to go about it? I go what you said.
Yeah, I'm going to show you some case studies. I found a rhythm of what I like, and other people do business very differently. I mean, like there are agents that are known for pricing low in a hot or cold market and just aggressively creating very public open bidding wars. I'm a little too nervous for that, so I'll show you in a short minute how I do it. But there's options and whatever fits for you. I mean, I use it differently often, but I am seeing like a pattern lately for me. Yeah, go ahead.
So.
They have to at least put their email in to be able to, because we need something to capture. Yes. Yeah, and you as the agent can load in, contacts. You can load in agents, top agents who've done business in this zip code, load them in, save it for them. And if they click on that listing in that email they get, they're now following the listing. There's a video. Yeah, I don't want to show you all that stuff. Yeah. General gist, but yeah.
Take it, like. In area that's not.
Yeah, and you can take the link, you'll put it in the MLS description, you can share the link, you can heart it for them, and then they'll get an email, and if they click on the email, okay, they're opting in. So
So would you like, if you do a post for your new listing, add the QR code?
yeah, or the link, it depends on, you know, it depends on the format you use. But you have the ability to just share the listing via social channels and it'll do it for you. But I like the message, the consistent message I like to say is like, get more insight and information, right? Because you can't get this information anywhere else. So that's the value, right? No one cares about just a listing with a for sale, like give it more umph to it. Go ahead.
Like at their homes, they'll have like a QR code strategically placed throughout the home, like in the master or in the kitchen.
Depends. This is a very big house and I had a lot of people through. And what is the question everyone asks you in a warmer market or with multiple offers? Will you let me know when you get an offer? And I just say, right here, right? I mean, think about it. And even in colder markets, well, let us know if you get an offer. We're not ready yet, but if you get an offer, let me know. Right here, you will know. It's about communication long-term too in warmer, colder markets. So I use this tool a lot. This is a choice, okay? You don't have to use this. I like to use this. I use it on when I have no offers, and I use it when I'm expecting multiple offers, when I have one offer. Okay, again, there's also just value in my seller feeling good. Nothing was left behind. Everyone got alerts. Everyone knew when the deadline was. We did not, move it too quickly. Everyone has the same information. Okay, so I did that. How offers are made. There are 3 ways currently. This will all be very soon replaced with voice to offer, which I'm very excited about, where you can call, text, and say, please write an offer for George Clooney, 123 Main Street, 150 grand, 5-day home inspection, blah, 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 blah. So I write 65-page offers every time I write an offer, and I have to do it from a computer. My assistant doesn't work weekends. I do it very, very often, okay? This will do it for you. Then it'll pull up for you to review. You'll sign electronically where you need to sign. You'll send to your client. That's how the offer will get in. It is the future. Yes. Only in DC. What does REPC mean? Okay, I've never heard this. Oh. Yes. Yeah. Only in DC and Maryland.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Not even, I mean, my average price point's like 900. Every time, even when I know my clients are going to lose. So it's in testing right now. Next week I get to test it out. So I'm very excited about that. It's a very big deal in my market. We're very future oriented. This was like the thing, right? Because it's just super time consuming. Okay, so that's coming, which will obviously, and you can make changes to the contract really easily by emailing or being like, change this date or whatever it may be. You're essentially going to have like an AI assistant, right? I need to write an offer. Okay, I don't know if it'll have prompts. I'll know next week. We'll see about prompting. Okay. And then save a search, right? That'll be your assistant. So you'll have like a little assistant that runs with you. Now, one thing that might not be included in your fee, but I think is very important that I would consider paying for, and it's going to be cheap because I get to have influence over this, is a transaction coordinator start to finish. So it'll take the contract once it's ratified. It will scrape it. It will pull all the deadlines, put it on my calendar. It will take all of the steps that I normally do, social media post, utility reminder, purchase a gift for the client. It will text me, it will remind me, it will send a startup email that's like, congratulations on your purchase. It will act and behave as my assistant from start to finish. That I'm most excited about and have been very involved in the product of that. No, but soon, soon. I bet you it'll be maybe $25 a transaction. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, think about, well, on average, we know where I live, it's like $4.50 a transaction for a human to do it. And I have a human doing it. And let me tell you, last week I forgot to send a utility reminder, right? Or she did, I mean, things happen. It's hard to follow these things, sadly. I know. But for now, how offers go in is that you would click the upload an offer button. You collect them as you normally do, upload, the PDF goes in, or you just tell buyer agents, make your offer right here. Okay. What I like to say is for the first time, you know when and that your offer was presented, and you'll know when and if another offer comes in.
So, upload offer. Remember the first one.
Jocelyn.
Justin, here's the link, this is the whole truth.
Yep.
Is that, and so that would be in my listing.
Yep. We have like built out words if you want to copy and paste for your MLS description. We have a little disclosure form you could put in that might be nice too.
I just want to make sure there's a specific place for each listing.
Yes, exactly. But the voice to offer obviously is going to be the coolest. We have a really cool video I just approved too of like a lady talking on the run and, speaking into the phone and saying, make this offer. I'm like, this is so cool. Okay. So
Rename our AI chatbot.
I know, right? Yeah.
Jarvis.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Two questions. Go ahead. Yeah. I'm about to get you there. I'll show you in one sec. So, okay. Again, you're doing great. You're getting it. So, and the reason why, okay, you have to pay attention as we launch upgrades to our products. So this is about to get a major upgrade. So how often do people, sellers ask you for a seller net sheet? I mean, they should, right? They need to know. So this is, our functionality works this way now, but it's going to be 1,000 times better in Give Me a Month, where it will be a seller net sheet if you have one offer, or it will be a seller net sheet offer comparison tool if you have multiple offers. So I'm assuming everyone uses like, what's it called? Excel spreadsheet. Yeah. So this will take the AI, scrapes it. It will pull out the main things that matter for the offer comparison tool. You'll have a bunch of like banked items at the bottom for the seller net sheet, like listing agent comp, admin fee, title fees, whatever, that you'll be able to pull in, and they'll be auto-populated and you can edit them. And it will show the net up top based on those additional fees, right? Buyer agent comp is already included because the buyer agent makes that with their offer. It will show the net and you can drag and drop it in order. We'll do a print format with your face on it, or just show it and they can open up their final offer app and see it too. Okay. What I think we're going to add, which I'm pushing for so it'll happen, is the ability to, if you don't even want to use the full functionality of our product, but you want to use this, you can just load in all the offers, let the AI scrape it, do the seller net sheet in the offer comparison tool. Okay. Okay, so what does it look like? This is what it looks like by default. Every offer coming in, buyer 1, 2, 3, 4, price and terms, timestamp. That's it. Okay, I encourage you to always start this way because you don't know if you're going to get one offer, no offers, or multiple offers. Market conditions change quickly. You're not a predictor of the future. Start with the list price, whatever's on the MLS, and you can completely stop right here. The seller knows we did that offer deadline, so everyone knew. Everyone knows when their offer was presented. Everyone knows there's other offers on the table. You can traditionally negotiate and be done. Okay, that's how. This is consumer-facing offer management. This is a lot more than what you do today, and it'll help you grow your business. If you would like to take it further, that is a choice, okay? These are options. This is not a requirement. I want to be clear. And they're considered more advanced. So maybe your first deal, you want to start this way before you're like jumping into all the other things. So today's goal is just to kind of expand your mind on this. It's not to become like an expert. So what I decided to do in this example was we're an escalation state, okay? My highest offer was 1.4, everything else was low 1.3s. So I had an outlier bid at this point. And if I traditionally did this, I wouldn't have been able to do anything with that 1.4. But what I decided to do, a choice, okay? One of those choices is that I ranked them for the buyer and their agent to see only where they stood. As a buyer's agent, I think it's kind of valuable when you're writing offers for people and they're not listening to you and they think they know how to win the home, to let them know, well, you actually did lose. Would you like to do something different, right? Versus losing and be like, here we go again, right? Or that question of why did I lose? Oh, you're not allowed to know. You're in third place, you have lost. Okay, so I'm on the phone still talking to everybody. When I talked to that 1.4 buyer agent, she said, well, we're in first place. And I said, but everyone else knows where they stand and are going to make a move. And so I decided to do this. And then I added, this is an option, our final offer price, or what I like to call it, the buy it now option at 1.45 with better terms. You could put the property under contract immediately. You can set that as an option. It also generates an alert. Okay, this is a great tool for creating urgency, and I was able to get the 1.4 person up to 1.45. Price in terms, yep.
Whoever does it first.
Yeah,
Whoever hits that button.
I will say that.
It's the golden.
But don't price it, don't use it, or don't price it low enough. You know what you're doing when you're doing it. Well, you know where you can push. I knew I couldn't get any of those 1.3 people to do anything interesting, but I knew I was just trying to squeeze a little more. Okay. I will say yesterday we had one in California and, the agent, the one who lost, like, oh my God, we were going to do more. We hear that sometimes, but you had a choice and a chance and you did it, right? So, but it's kind of after the fact. You will hear people be like, well, I was going to do more. Well, you could have. Well, remember that upload an offer feature, you can upload the full offer and ratify it. Not in our system, outside of it. And when we do have the voice to offer, it will be done in our system. No, you don't have that. No, and you would never have that. It's your contract forms that it'll come out on. Yeah, yours will be on your forms, the voice to offer. But what happens is there's a set number of hours that you as the listing agent set to get the full contract in for ratification. And you negotiate it in our system if you want, and you get it to closing from there. Or they're giving you a Rep C contract and you're uploading it in and negotiating it in and then signing it in whatever signature company you have. Okay?
So you would still like documents.
Right now, yeah, but soon.
So my seller decide to make an offer, but.
The buy it now, uh-huh.
Are they basically signing preemptively that if someone hits that button, we're accepting?
Yes,
it, or
in our
still
system.
For my sellers?
So, yeah, so,
You have a buyer that wants to buy my listing. You hit that button, it comes to us, someone accepted our 4.45 offer. So buy that one, or now we're under contract.
you're stating, the buyer and the seller are signing an agreement that their agent's using the system on their behalf and that they're, moving forward with whatever happens. Now, in the flow of our system of making an offer in the system, the buyer agent has to upload a pre-approval letter and or proof of funds. You get an alert that someone's registering to make an offer on your property. You're granting them permission to make that offer. You're vetting the financing, doing whatever you do. So you're going to kind of know what's going on. Like yesterday, we had one where they gave their pre-approval letter up to $4 million. So it's like you have a little bit of an idea. It was listed at 3 million of what to anticipate. Okay, and that's how that flow works. When you upload the full package, it will include the pre-approval letter if you're doing the upload and offer feature. But this will get more streamlined with our process of registering your buyer to make an offer and making the offer in the system, negotiating and signing it in the system soon. Make sense? Okay. Again, this is an option. We do see people are willing to pay a premium when there's the concept that anybody could click it and it's gone. That has done some good.
I do have a question that's floating in my mind. It
Yeah.
kind of backtracks a little bit to the private exclusives. This is for you and for Dean. Dean, you had mentioned there's like a meeting later today about something or other private exclusive.
Private exclusives, that's,
On
That's a whole nother
Zillow.
thing.
That's on Zillow.
Okay, so
That's,
that's a whole nother
but we
thing.
can still do private exclusives internal.
yeah, it's a
Gotcha.
very big different thing.
That internally, is that KW like worldwide?
No,
Brucey things or just
Just our broker.
Our broker.
just Westfield? Or,
Private exclusive is only KW West,
yes.
gotcha.
but let's not get into the weeds here.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's focus on
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna, yeah. The industry's changing quickly. Pay attention to this because this is what we're talking about with a larger industry shift that's coming. So drive it into your market. It doesn't, I don't know how many agents you guys have. 300. I have 450. I mean, I'm telling you, if you guys collectively do this, you will win more business. If no one else is doing it, you'll win. Okay? You don't need this huge market share to do it. Okay. No one really cares about a hot listing, but I'm just going to show you one from yesterday quick. Actually, I helped with this one, so let's see. Okay. So this one we have, okay, so we went over the offer deadline, public offer deadline tool that alerts everyone there's an offer deadline. We went through the ability to rank the offers, but privately, so only buyer and buyer agent can see. In addition, we went over the buy it now option. Okay, these all generate alerts, by the way. We have something called the seller's reserve. Think of this as the bottom line price and terms that's out there that if met would start a timer of whatever. Could be 1 hour, could be 10 days, it could be whatever you want. Okay, and there's full transparency into what those offers are for. As they come in, there's alerts going out. You as the listing agent have the ability to change terms at any time. This is very public, okay? This happened yesterday on a listing where they negotiated to start this timer, the seller's reserve of 24 hours, and every offer coming in has to be at least 0.5% higher. Okay, 3 buyers made offers. They had opportunities to continually improve their offer or walk away, which is also very valuable. They know why they lost. We've interviewed a lot of buyers and buyers agents. The buyers are never mad at their agent because they now know why they lost. They had a choice to keep going or a choice to walk away. Make sense? There's a lot of FOMO. There's a lot of market validation. A lot of people use this tool in aggressive bidding wars because it drives the price up even higher. It's quick. You can set that timer. The timer will extend to 20 minutes. When offers are made in the last 20 minutes, that happens all the time. People love to wait till like 4 minutes left, make an offer, but it extends to 20 minutes. So it's like, okay, you can end it by adding a buy it now option at any time. Go ahead.
Whoever accepts the offer, it's not the highest one, but there's another one that's more.
Yep. Yep. So terms matter and you can put value on terms. Now, this is very advanced, what we're talking about. But maybe if someone's all cash and your seller cares, you're going to ding the financed offer $10,000. So when you look at your listings, if you have one active, if you're expecting multiple offers or have multiple offers, I encourage you to put value on terms. Otherwise, just set up the terms, don't put value on them. Okay, the idea is to be able to compare them apples to apples. You have a home inspection, you don't. That matters. Ding them $5,000 for having one. Make sense? On the term section,
This offer stuff.
yep, yep. You'll set
You
the,
can add your own value.
up to the terms. I just don't encourage you to do it unless you have multiple offers because there's no point, right? Okay, so Yes, we have had insanely crazy, wild things happen with multiple offer bidding wars, often, with really crazy high numbers. And agents then market about it, right? A lot of agents will take those QR codes, use our marketing center, build out postcards around the neighborhood, because instead of just saying just listed, just sold, here are my stats for the year, you're inviting them to follow a listing and get really cool information. So we have really cool templates built out. Yes. Does anyone have a cold listing right now that's been sitting on the market? Yeah. Okay, so pay attention here. What are your options today, right? You can reverse prospect, which, they know what it's worth, right? You can host open houses no one comes to, and then you can just continually ask for a price reduction, right? Not a lot of options. Remember, this is all about having more options. It's funny. Okay. I like to share this example first because this was shocking to me, but ignore the final offer price for a minute. I told you I always start with the list price and I gather information. So this was on the market for a while. I finally get an offer for $615 with a 3% credit. And I called my sellers anxiously and was like, we are so lucky, like we got to accept this offer. This is great. I don't want to push it, right? The market was really bad. And they're like, okay. So, but I get off the phone and an agent calls me and says, hey, my client went to an open house you hosted a month ago. I did not host that. Marco from my team did. He got the leads. She was represented, so he had no one to call. I got the followers. So that woman, got a notification an offer was made. Can you give us 24 hours to get our financing together and make an offer? Okay. So now I have 2 offers. And that's the example of, what you don't, in a cold market, that long-term communication is critical to make sure nothing is left behind. Because today I can guarantee you, when you get that one offer, you're just trying to negotiate and accept it. You're not letting everybody else know to try to create competition or urgency. So now I have 2 not great offers, but I have 2 offers. They're private. And this goes back to you asking me what's my style. I rank them because I like to do that. And my own case studies have shown me that the person in last place seems to be the one who constantly comes up to win the home in the end. Because then I added a buy it now option of $620, lower than the list price, but no 3% credit. And buyer 2 clicked it. Okay, I saved my client over $24,000 that I wouldn't have ever expected if I wasn't using this to communicate with that other person. Easily. I was ready to. You'll see I have a lot of case studies and some are insane. I can't say, I've heard this from other agents though, like there is an agent in Georgia who scanned a QR code at an open house and the price went down so dramatically after many months on the market that when it hit a number, she called her clients and said, oh my gosh, we have to go after this. And my point of that, and what was interesting is she was like, I would have never been following even that listing, right? Like when I see homes and my clients don't like it, I'm never thinking about the home again. But even just because she was following it from there, she got information that created the urgency for her client to go get that home. And so it depends. Yeah, this has, what? For sure. The DC proper market has been horrendous, so this was shocking to me. But, with colder listings, think about all the people who say, well, let me know when you get an offer, right? And a lot of times people want what they can't have, or someone else wants it, now they want it, right? There's some reality to that. Okay. This one, our founder did many, many years ago and is a very, very popular strategy that agents around the country are using. And what the idea of this one, okay, is that this is psychology, okay? The home was listed for $799 for 8 months. No showings, no offers for quite a while. Sellers refusing to drop the price. The agent had to get creative. So he said, okay, what if we drop the MLS list price $50K to open up the buyer pool, but we had your number still out there so everyone knew with the buy it now final offer price. Okay, so this strategy is used a lot, I would say, when people walk out of our trainings, because You're getting to the right price. The seller feels seen and heard. Their number is still out there. Now, the one buyer who came in ended up paying the premium and the final offer price. That does not happen as much, but this is a strategy that at least gets you to a better number without just asking for a traditional price reduction. Make sense? Cool. This one is super advanced. So I'm going to like very lightly go over this one. And this is how I've used the product the first time I used it. But think a reverse offer today. Does anyone do where the seller offers the buyer the offer, right? So you're listed at 800. Maybe the listing agent writes an offer for 750, sends it to the buyer agent who previously saw and says you have till 6 p.m. to sign this back. It's a strategy. The difference is it's a very one-to-one environment, right? I have to wait till it expires and then I go to the next agent and then I have to wait till it expires and goes to the next agent. So imagine putting everyone in the same room and in this one listed for 1495 saying, hey, everyone, we're willing to take 1450. I know you previously saw it, make your offer today. Okay. What ended up happening is offers came in, very bad offers, but offers came in. How can you then leverage that? Okay. This offer, I only know what it came in from because the agent's a good friend of mine, came in at 1395. It was their best one out of all of them. And he used our negotiation functionality. Now I'm not trying to overwhelm you, okay? But it's two options and you can use one or both. They said option A, you're at 1395 in these terms. We're countering you at 1450 with these terms that if met would start a 1-hour timer. That's a choice, 1 hour, where everyone would know what's going on. If no one makes a higher offer, it's yours. Or if you come to 1490 in these terms, you don't have to deal with that at all. It's yours right now. They took the risk. They took the 1-hour timer. A timer begins. Alerts are going out. Everyone now knows what they need to do. There's transparency here. That buyer even made the 1490 offer that they could have had it at, unfortunately. Yeah. But then they backed out off after, right? And this home sold over where it sat still. Okay.
That's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, until they freeze with them.
So terms matter. That's what I was going to say. You have the ability to change a term at any time. Where I live, if multiple offers, we waive appraisals, or you add an appraisal gap waiver. So instead of just collecting offers like we do today, you would go in the system, click no to appraisal or add appraisal gap waiver of, whatever. It would then alert everyone, the seller's made a term change, make a better offer today. Does that make sense? So that can protect from the appraisal issues. Questions? This is one that, there's a lot of crazy things going on in Georgia, the state of Georgia. They're really struggling to move properties. So they're getting very aggressive. So this one was on the market for a while at 510. Okay. And, or maybe it was 520, one of those numbers. They decided to slash the MLS list price to 350. Now, I am totally a proponent of being aggressive when nothing's happening. I would not have gone to 350. I would have done like 470, right? I would have just showed value, built that value, drove offers in, and then go from there. But who am I to say? Because what ended up happening is collected 9 offers, then expose them. You have the ability as a tool to just expose them. And look, one is at 510, one's at 490, 463. These are not bad offers.
Close to the buyers, you can start building their own.
They also are agreeing in our system too. These are all choices. I will say no, they approve in the beginning, whatever you decide to do. So work with them on what you're going to do. I will say this one was driven by a seller's feedback. All of Georgia, we have a really big developer who is driving so many through Georgia, and he tells the agents what to do, and he's very aggressive and very transparent, and it's really been successful for him. Pre-market strategy, again, I encourage you to get it in here. I mean, this was listed at 650 for 2 weeks. I had 2 hearts, 24 views. That's pretty terrible. So I was able to say to the client, we really need to come on the market at 599. Okay, and it sold for 585, and I can promise you I would have needed multiple price reductions to get to a number that would move it. I probably would have been fired. So this is all about testing, feedback, pricing. And in a warmer market, you might move homes off market. Not saying right or wrong, but that's what's happening in my market, again, very aggressively. This is where I've used the offer deadline. Again, my question back here, does this work all the time? This one shocked me also. I used to be, before final offer, one of those people that would drop the price like $100 a week to generate an alert to bring people's attention back to the listing. So I'm all about like, don't forget about me and my listing. Hello. And so sellers unwilling to drop the price, set an offer deadline. I did have someone see it twice, but there was no urgency. They had a home to sell, all these things. And they made a full price offer with no home sale contingency an hour and a half before the deadline. They thought maybe something was happening. It's okay. It's just like my $100 reduction. I tried. I'm just driving an alert out. Yeah, of the August 14th at 5 p.m. It just comes and goes. It's whatever. It drove an alert out to them.
It's fake.
Yes. That's our job. We'll skip over some of these. That's really it. I mean, the next steps, which I'll actually just show you live, is you guys went to the site. Over here, oopsies, why isn't this working? Over here under your dashboard, you have a marketing center where you can build out postcards. All of those resources are here. You can print anything you want. There's scripts over here to look at. You also have our training and certification, which are those micro videos over here. It's only an hour and 36 minutes. They're short videos, just to kind of tell you, click here, then click here, right? To get set up and started. What questions does everyone have? Oh, good. It's interesting, right?
Resources tab, where are you at right now?
Training and certification on the left side. You're on an iPad.
Actually, it's not that valuable if there's.
Yeah. For which part? The private exclusive? I mean, that's a big one. Yeah, I mean, what we're building out what do you guys use? And you're obviously a broker. What do you guys use? The broker. What do you use right now for forms for them? Is it Dotloop, Command, DocuSign?
DocuSign, but a lot of folks who use it, but probably migrating over to
Lone Wolf?
SkySlope.
Ugh, I hate SkySlope.
SkySlope uses, what is it, DigiSign?
Yeah, what we can do is we'll add an AI overlay. I can talk to your team about when a listing agreement signed in the system in SkySlope, that a notification would go to the agent. Would you like this to go into private exclusive status on final offer? If they click yes, the AI will create it for you. That's coming soon. That will help for sure. Yeah, I mean, the brokers at Compass pick up the phone and call everyone who has a listing agreement. Not saying you should do that, but it is, at a higher level, just reminders to do it and ingrain it in how you do business. I know.
Yeah.
That's what some people do. I'm not, again, yeah, I don't think it's, but that's why the AI thing will make it more efficient. Yeah. Yeah.
Back to seeing what was.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that.
Yeah, no, I would.
First and then on my next list.
I would go right here, which will show you the sign writer, the open house tool, QR codes.
I do all this.
Yeah, we have a writer here.
Yeah, I would take,
Yeah.
send it out to all the agents here to follow. So,
That's a good question.
I can mark it.
You, why don't you take this? What is final offer consumer facing?
Right.
You could take this to share with your client. What is final offer that's consumer facing? Here's the marketing steps for success that I would use to like get set up. Okay, your sign writer, your open house tool, all that. And if you want, I like this video. Let's see if it'll work.
When you sell your home, you never want to feel like you left something on the table. But with so many potential buyers out there, it's hard not to. Just think of it. A buyer sees your home listed, likes it, maybe gets a tour, but then one day they look and sale pending. Your home is off the market. They feel shortchanged. Then they see what it went for and think, I could have beaten that. Multiply that by the dozens, if not hundreds of people who liked your home. And that's a lot of potential offers that never reach the table, but not with final offer. When an offer is made, everyone who's ever liked your home is alerted in real time, creating a sense of urgency that brings more buyers back to the table. So now, the buyer who would have offered more can do so, and the one who can close sooner can do that too. The offers are ranked by how much overall value they deliver. So if closing in 30 days saves you 10 grand in carrying costs, that's reflected. This is how you get the best offer for your home. This is final offer. Ask your agent to list your home today.
That, I mean, I would, yes, if you go to certification though, and you guys getting started for those of you like who need to set up your profile and make it nice and all that stuff. This is for private exclusives and how to save a search. This is the pitch to sellers. Here's that video right here. You know, all the steps are right here to do just consumer facing offer management side. So under the winning more listings, consumer facing offer management, those are your first steps. Oops, I'm connected. No, it's under on the left side under training and certification.
I use that video. Basically, I said it.
Good. Yeah, consumers get this way before agents, by the way. I can promise you how many times. I mean, it's also an interesting topic at like Super Bowl. I was talking to these people and they were just like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'll just be like, how did you buy your home? Were you competing? Yeah, multiple times. Would you have paid more if you had known? Yeah, or like talk to people about their experience, right? I mean, everyone cares about this, you know? Question over here.
Yeah, and final offers pretty much is how exclusive is it for sellers? They're a buyer side on this.
Yes.
You've been blowing my mind with all of this. At the same time, my brother and I have already started developing our own web app for buyers.
Uh-huh.
I've
Well,
this
impacts buyers. Well, I mean, they get more information than they've had before. They get the save a search functionality we built for buyers. They get the private exclusives automatically built in. But yeah, you guys got to use it to make it work. Or you just use it on your listings, you'll win more listings, you know?
I can also, I was thinking, it just gets too stressful when I said, no. Tomorrow.
Yeah, your listing's there. Your listing, if it's, I've done that before, you'd be surprised. If it's on the MLS, it'll automatically be on here. I would just tell clients, I'd say, I invest in technology that drives more alerts out and urgency. You know, I pay, I like to say that. Yeah, it feeds. Yes.
All I have to do is click the drawing like today.
Yes, you're not creating a listing unless it's a private exclusive listing, which it's obviously
So I
not.
can just go on here, create a QR code for open house, so you can create.
It will be-
right now that you print.
Yeah, so you're just going to go over to my listings, and all of your active listings on the MLS. Like I have one coming soon. It's right here. Here's my active ones on the MLS or private exclusive active. They're right here. You just open it up, click download QR code, open house tool. If you want to set an offer deadline, all of it's under managed listing. Yep. The first is the open house tool.
Flyer and people in the neighborhood scan that.
No, it's more like if you have internet at the house when you're hosting an open house, have this up. They can either check in themselves or they can scan the QR code. If you don't have internet at the house, download this listing QR code.
You're not like-
Huh?
Your screen isn't sharing.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
It just
It has
barely
to the
happens.
whole time.
Are you serious, guys? Oh my God.
You've been showing us stuff?
I was like, what is she talking about?
You will.
Okay. All right. So download listing QR code is here. If you don't have internet, do this and make it pretty and say scan for offer alerts. This is, yep. And it'll say print marketing as the source when the lead comes in. Here's the open house tool. You can launch that. That's if you have internet, that'd be nice to have up.
Or if I can put that out, signing.
Yeah, either one, whatever. You know, this is the downloadable one. Your sign writer has a number under it. You can just put in the little number, and those are your 3 QR codes. And on your actual sign writer upstairs, it has like 1, 2, 3. You're going to type in 1, 2, 3, and it will assign it because it's movable. The QR code's on it. It will link the the QR code here to my listing, so you get those leads.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Just don't do the letter. The number of, it took me like forever to figure it out.
That is weird.
There's like a little L, it's like 1035L.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's like hashtag.
Your AI assistant will do it for you soon, too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Of course.